Boom, boom. This is going to really work. Back to the channel. All right, so we got some Soland reloaded up today, so let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. A few things. We got some updates and other what like that. You'll notice a very large increase in my BP. This is mainly because I created an SP set. I decided to go ahead and research the stats on both bot and on who's just got better stats. It's mostly because I've got God 3 and Ma still stuck at God O, so there hasn't been a large increase in stats. So I went ahead and put the SP set that I created, and I went ahead and stuck it on her instead. And then I moved the triple S set that I had on her. I moved that over to Ma. So both got a huge increase. That also jumped me up to gave me a couple million on my BP. A couple billion actually in the BP, because that's 194 billion. But also made the big jump into the actual dragon. So I'm under the cultivated system because I'm going in position of morphing. Morphing is when you go to the next level of dragon. That's what I guess it's called. I went from this image to this image, so I'll be able to start using it. But once the so as dragon progresses, as you get to the things. So I reached 360, so it's morphing. It's going to take 2 days, and you'll see that there'll be some rather large buffs from that as well. But I think those are already applied. I think they applied the minute that I actually got it. But I'm hoping this will unlock once I get the actual morph is complete, because I'll be at 360. I've also got enough to start taking up, into the next level. I haven't seen what the next level is going to be with that. Another way, one of the reasons I was able to get that is because of the fact that we do have a new event up. So we do have the hidden weapon event, which is really good. I was really grateful for this because I've been lagging around. There's an excellent time limited sale in here. This will allow you to snatch up a bunch of get some SP shards, as well as an SP chest for some of the previous ones. So this is SPs that have been previous. This will allow you to start putting upgrading some of your actual notches, as well as of course some of those. Okay, I just purchased this stuff because I needed to get the actual things in it. I went ahead and did the chest. I'm probably going to continue to do this. This is the first day of the event, so I'm not in any rush. But I might go ahead and just I can get it up to close to. I can't quite get 400, but I should be able to get very close to it. Let me see. I got 192 left. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get to it, but I should be able to get close. But I don't know if I want to use all of my keys on that at this particular time. I like to try to save some so that I can build up for one big bang whenever something happens. But we'll have to wait and see. So they do have the hidden weapon event up. Okay. Active will, of course, as always. This is just, weekend stuff. You definitely want to participate in it. Okay. They've also got the weekend. A valuable weekly fund is up. So make sure you purchase everything in that. That's just getting the actual, unless you're going to spend for it. Okay. Next up, Battle Pass is already completed, so this will be resetting. It should reset, I guess, probably a Monday. We'll start up with a new season. But just make sure that when you get to it, you get to the maximum. Okay. It's going to big up. Then you need to get to 90. So we are at 80. We need 9 slots. You can only get 10. So purchase those. And that will allow you to get the coin, which is exactly what you're going for, because that is what you need in terms of that, because that's what you want to get for this, and that's what you're getting them for. So make sure that you do snatch that up before it resets. The Divine Kingdom the event is actually over, but you can still do the exchange shop. I already did mine. Okay, put everything towards Wu. I just decided to go ahead and go for Wu since she is still the most powerful in terms of characters that I've got at this particular point. BB will be a little bit more powerful according to my calculations. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with. She's going to go in the team when I get her. I'm not sure if she's going to replace. I'm not sure who she's going to replace at this time. I'm thinking I'm probably just going to stick with who at this point because I can't really do any type of solidifying on Ma at this particular point. I just don't have the time. So I'll probably just end up moving him to be, and that's where he'll stay until I get some divine skills on. And then once his, you got to understand their difference in the characters. I needed something that had a little bit of AoE. That's the reason I went for Maw, and because I could get him without virtually doing any spins, because the shards were available inside of the Soul Forge. So I decided to go ahead and snatch him up, but because I needed some type of AoE, I had none. It was affecting my capabilities to proceed in some of the actual events that require a little bit of AoE at times. I noticed an increase, a large increase in my progression through some of those levels once I was able to get something with AoE. I think BB Dong is AoE as well too. So since she is the most powerful character in the SPs from what I'm hearing, Wu, multiple sources said Wu and BB Dong were the two best SP characters out there. I think Wu's going. I think BB Dong is going to be next, the next character released. Okay. So she'll probably, I'll make the determination at that time, but it's very possible that I just might go ahead and scoot BB Dog in place of if I can continue to maintain the AoE and go from there. We'll have to make a decision, but at this point now, Yu's still serving fine. She does excellent damage. She's very near Tang San's damage. Not quite as much as Tang San's damage, but Wu's beating them both. Even though Wu's lower in terms of total VP, she's still doing a little bit more damage. It's just way her skill set flows. So we got that all taken care of. So make sure that you do that before it closes out because you don't want to lose the tokens. I've never saved them. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure these probably carry over, but I've never saved them, so I'm not sure if they do. But if they don't carry over, if you're seeing an expire on your bag, it's very possibly these. So make sure that you do utilize those before that event closes, because it will be closing today, and it'll be another couple of weeks, of course, week and a half or so before we have the second Shenzhen event at that time. All right, God Trials, we managed to do it again. Definitely something that you want to partake in. But it was a good event. Always a good event. It's got 12 hours. So, but we've already hit the max. So, and I got my 100k soul rings, and I've already utilized them on the characters, ranking up skills for Wu, and completing. I think it came close to completing the skill set on Ma. Let's take a look. So I added one to here. I think it was the third one. Can't remember which one it was. No, sixth one. Taking that up to 4. And then I actually managed to fill in a slot on Ma. So that's where we're at that particular point. As they duplicate, you just fuse them. So it's not really a big deal, which is fine. Okay. But yeah, that's what's required. So hopefully we'll start seeing these become a little bit more prevalent, but not really getting any word on that yet. So still, God Trials server is your best bet to get some. And unfortunately, this only rolls out whenever there's a new character, so we're not going to see this until I think BB Dong procs. But in the meantime, we're allowed to get our B up. So my BP is up 194. So it's almost a 10 billion jump just from leveling up hidden weapons. I was able to put a star. On one of these two. Only one of these was 1 star. I think it was the Fury. I might be wrong. One of these two. But anyway, I put a star on one of these. That's an SP hidden weapon, so you're going to see a big boost when you do that, especially considering it's on powerful. Some of my most powerful characters. And I was also able to bring up a star on something else. Where was it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what. No. I put some towards the Tiger Soul, since it's a 200. Simply because of the fact that we've got, we've got this coming along. Okay, we've got these two. Okay, Bodhi Blood and Holy Shield. Now, when you get an SP, it takes you have 2 slots on the SP that you can fit. Okay, it's called Symbiosis. So when I get that SP, and it's going to be pretty soon, one of those I'm able to summon. I've only got one set at 200, which is this one that's free for Symbiosis. It's going to take too long to get these up. When you get this high, it takes a lot of related quartz. So this is already 200. It's already maxed out. So I can go ahead and put, I'll be putting this onto the next SP. In terms of SS pluses, I've got numerous choices, and I can go, go to the Divine Terror. Probably not going to do that because it's a shield, but I'm really leaning towards the Eye of Terror. Oh, excuse me. To put on the SP. So those things will be fitted in there as well too. So it's pretty nice in terms. So you just can. So make sure that you're going to need full sets of this stuff. Okay, you're going to need. You want to try to get focus on focus on enhancing the ones that you think about using. Okay, because you want to make sure that you fit something that's the equivalent of it. Okay, the tie-eye, the Spirit Cannon, and the Transition Instrument Souls. Those are all symbioted into these SPs, and they are in tune with what don't go sticking a melee hidden weapon, an SP hidden weapon. Don't stick a triple S, melee weapon or a healing weapon unless you need healing into a weapon. You try to keep the same, what's the word I'm looking for? The same line of thinking, so to speak. Okay, you want to try to keep everything the same so you're getting the maximum benefit from all of these slots, because you've got 2 extra hidden weapons attached to the 1 hidden weapon. Okay, so keep that in mind that you're going, they don't have to be max. You can stick I could stick that 1 in there if I want to. There's not a level requirement, okay? But it's just you get better, of course, you're going to get a better bang for your buck if you stick it in there when it's 200. So that's what I'm doing, and the next one I'm going to is going to be a weapon-based SP, so that's why I decided to go ahead and focus on this one, and I've already got it maxed out. So I just decided to start focusing on the stars on this one, even though as you can see I already had two stars on this one. The reason I have 2 stars on this one is because I got really lucky on the spin event for this one. I got a bunch of shards for it, and it's also one of the ones that you can get from within the daily event. So I've been able to put, but the Tiger Soul is what I'm going to be focusing on, the Tiger Saber from now on, because that's going to be used in the Symbiosis on the next SP that I bring up. So that's where we're at in that particular point. But that's where a lot of the BP went, and that's why I'm able to get up to 194 at this particular point, so it's pretty good. I like it. It was a big jump. A lot of that stuff. I also did some in the Martial Souls. I did some refining on the actual treasures. I did a lot of enhancements. I just basically what I do is I just click on it and I go to enhancements, and then I just scroll through them and find ones that need enhance and make sure that they're all maxed out. Only on as you can see, I've ran out, so I was unable to proceed with all of these. Okay, so once I get some more soul power, I'll come back and do those. But I also did, so that gave me a couple. So we got that as well. Making the SP set and sticking that on Hugh, and then migrating over the Triple S set over to Ma. That was a jump for both of those. Also did a little bit of work on Inming because I freed up some stuff, making that SP set. allowed me to start focusing a little bit on En Ming. En Ming is the first. He's the first set. You know, he's the first. He's right. He's the one that comes off the bench. He's the first. He's priority attacker on Team 2. Okay, Team 2 is a little bit. You need to focus on both your teams. Don't completely neglect the next 4 in line. Okay, don't neglect these because this is your second team, and a lot of the events that you have to do, you need 2 teams now. Especially, it's especially important inside of the new event with the where you get the SP shards at for your soul bones. You need to be able to have. You need to field 2 and 3 teams at sometimes. So, you know, this team right here is an interesting team. I sort of organized everything around it because it's got it's got 2 attackers. It's got Dai as attacker, and it's got Sea God Tang San as an attacker. I'm still debating on which one to flop around for this. They're both maxed out, so it's not really much of a terms. It's just much of a terms of which one I'm going to go with the equipment. Okay, and then I've got a tank and I've got a healer. So this is one of the reasons I wanted to go with Ling Ling is because the second team is also used inside of the sec bosses and the tyrant and stuff like that. And it's nice to have a little bit of healing occasionally in those because things can get a little bit out of hand, and it's nice to have some type of healing. So having Ling Ling in there who boosts attack speed, and she does some healing as well too. So that helps out. So the second team, this is my second team. It's a very well-rounded team. I really didn't feel like I had enough secondary equipment, soul bones and stuff, to get a solid second team that had no healing whatsoever. So I just decided to go ahead and make it, you know, triple S healer, triple S tank, triple S attacker, and then an SS plus attacker. What happens when I get BB Dog is I'll probably just move SP Ma into this. He'll be the second team. Sea God Tank San will, of course, go out, and then BB Dong will take in the first team. So all of my first and second team will be composed of triple S and SP characters. That's the goal that we'll be shooting for when BB Dog comes out, which will hopefully be second for Cheneng. Will be 2 weeks. 2 weeks after that, so 3.5, 4 weeks. We should be having the introduction of our next character. We should know sometime within the next 2 weeks what it's going to be. You'll start seeing pictures of the character that's going to be released. And then, of course, the day before, or 2 days before, you'll get at the notice when you log onto the game, you'll see an event coming up and it'll give you a picture of who. I'll try to find out, but I think it's going to be Bidong because I think we're coming up to getting close to the last, 2 or 3 characters, which are going to have an increase, just standard power creep, which is why I think BB Dong is considered to be the most powerful, one of the most powerful in the game at this particular point. Global, of course, this does not take into account China, which I believe they have their already introduction of SSP characters, which I assume we'll be getting after all the SPs run out. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, so it's looking pretty good. So that's all I got. I just wanted to let you know that there is a hidden weapon event up. Make sure you use your tokens if you need to, and make sure that your team finishes up the God Trials as the last day. If you want to get those, 2 100k soul rings, this is where you got to do it from. So you don't want to let this event pass you by. Okay, so that's all I got. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see that bell. Click on that bell, and you get notified each time I drop a video. This is Kenrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.